Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to Marathon Wednesday, the day we take on the bigger catalogues. So any band that's got more than 13 albums, we do them on a Wednesday because they take a long time to do. So today's is a request, and this one came in from our very own Simon from the Return to Vinyl, and he has asked, can we do a bit of Red Hot Chili Peppers? So that's what we got today. So the Red Hot Chili Peppers are an American band formed in Los Angeles in 1982, consisting of Anthony Kiedis on vocals, Flea on bass, John Frusciante and Chad Smith. But that was not the original lineup, of course, and we'll find out who was in the band. They've sold over 120 million records, won Grammys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they actually got a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2022, and they have released 13 albums. I like quite a lot of them. There's some albums where I like the odd track more than any. It's just one of those things with this band. One minute they make a good album, the next minute that's not as good as the last one. So we'll have a look at them today. So coming in at number 13 is the most current album released in 2022, and it's called Return of the Dream Canteen. It's Anthony on the vocals, Flea on bass, John on the guitars, and Chad on the drums. First track on this one is called Tip of My Tongue. It's a really good start. I love Flea's bass line. I think he's a really good bass player. It's a nice guitar solo from John as well, and I do like that track. It's really good. Peace and Love. Anthony's vocals are pretty stunning on this. Chad is a fantastic drummer. It's another stunning little track. Reach Out. I love the riffs on this. It's a solid track. Some nice guitar work from John. Eddie, It's Okay. Not the strongest track. Okay, my favourite track, and excuse the fact, well, it's Faker's, it's actually down at FU at K. I think this is great. It's got the best bass line on from Flea. That funky, slappy bass that he does is fantastic. Absolutely great track. Bella, it's okay. It's got a nice little chunky guitar from John. Roulette's got a really nice riff in it. I do like that one. And some great drumming from Chad on that one. My Cigarette, the start of this is good, really good. Anthony and Chad sort of on the singing and the drums, so deep and rich. And then everyone comes in. Afterlife, it's alright. It's got a good bass line on it. Shoot at Me and Smile, not quite keen on this. It's a bit flat with the rest of the tracks. Handful, it's okay. It doesn't go, whoa, I've got to put this on again. I like it, that's all I'll say. The drummer, nothing blows me away on that one either, really. Bag of Grins, great track. The riffs are brilliant. John's guitar work is thing. It's another great vocal from Anthony. La 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 La, it's just a filler track, absolute rubbish. Copper Belly, pleasant enough, that's all I'll say. Carry Me Home, this is a cross between blues and jazz. It's really good. It's got a great bass line from Flea. And the last track is called In the Snow. It's definitely got that last track on the album feel. This album, there's a lot of tracks on here, 17. I think some of them didn't need to be on there. It's a good listen. I've got no problem with it, but it just hasn't got the same vibe as some of the others. It's pretty decent though, because they're still coming out with good albums. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, coming in at number 12 is the 12th album, and this one was released in 2022 as well. This was released in the April, as the other one was released in the October, and this one is called Unlimited Love. So it's Anthony, Flea, John, Chad. We've got extra percussion from Lenny Castro on track 5, Black Summer. This starts off with a lovely intro from John and Flea. Wonderful to hear. This is John's first album back for a little while, so it's nice to hear them two playing together again. It's a nice song, I like that. Here Ever After, catchy tune. I love Chad's drumming on it. Anthony's vocals are really strong as well, but Flea and Chad really are hooked in on that one. Aquatic Mouth Dance, Flea again. That bass line is terrific. Really like that. Not the other one. Nice vocal from Anthony on this. Some nice delicate touches on the guitar from John. Poster Child, funky. Chad's drumming is super in that. The Great Apes, good track. Some really nice vocals from Anthony. John's guitar work is lovely as well. It's Only Natural. Flea dominates this with that really, really good bass line. Some delicate touches on the drums from Chad. Makes it a pretty solid track. She's a Lover. One of the best tracks on here. The musicianship of this is there, so tight. All three of them are absolutely spot on. These Are the Ways. Nice riffs, great drumming as from Chad. Great vocal from Anthony on that. It's very strong. What Are You Thinking? I'd say the Red Hot Chili Pepper Engine Room on Fire. Chad and Flea getting in the groove there. My favourite track though is a track called Bastards of the Light. I love this track. It's a nice melody and it's got John's best guitar solo. Such a catchy tune. White Braids and Pillow Chair. John's guitar work on this really does make it a solid track. One Way Traffic, funky guitar here from John. You've got Anthony's great vocal on it as well. Veronica, there's some really nice guitar effects. It's quite psychedelic, this is. It's a great track. Let 'Em Cry. There's a little bit of trumpet on here from Flea, because Flea does play the trumpet. And he's a pretty good trumpet player, and he always adds to the track. It's a nice track. And then we got the Heavy Wing. Some great riffs on that one. I do like that one. And the last track is Tangelo. It's quite a bluesy sort of thing. I do like Anthony's vocal on this. And there's a nice little bit of keyboard, and it's a nice track to end the album. This is a really good comeback. Getting John back in the band was excellent. He's a fantastic guitar player, and I think they've gone through a little bit of a quiet patch, but back in the fold. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 6.6. Okay, coming in at number 11, we've got the third album from 1987, and it's called the Uplift Mofo Party Plan. Due to prior obligations and resulting in temporary personnel changes in the band's formation. And it was the only album to feature all four founding members of the band on every track. So we're playing on here, you've got Anthony Keldis on lead vocals, Hillel Slovak on guitar, Flea on the bass, and Jack Irons on the drums. First track on here is Fight Like a Brave. Sounds a little bit like the Beastie Boys. It's alright. Funky Crying. I love this track. I love Flea's funky bass on that. Excellent. Me and My Friends. Some great drumming here from Jack Irons. You know, he was a really good drummer as well, and Hillel's guitar work is super on that. Backwards, my favourite track on here. I love Hillel's opening track, riff, really solid. The drumming from Jack, and then you get a funky bass line from Flea. Skinny Sweaty Man. Anthony's vocals are quite interesting. It's an interesting vocal delivery on that, but generally it's a very, very good track. Behind the Sun, I love Flea's bass line. It really glues this song. You've got some nice intricate guitars from Hillel as well. Subterranean, Homesick Blues, of course, is a Bob Dylan. The only thing that's worth listening to on it is the bass line. Now, this was its actual title is called Party on Your Pussy, but the title censors changed it to a special secret song inside. Yeah, it's a pretty cool track though. I do like it. The riffs from Hillel are pretty good. Then we got No Chump, Love Sucker, pretty solid track. Some excellent drumming on that from Jack. Walking Down the Road, slap bass at its best. Flea on Fire, some great guitar work from Hillel. Love Trilogy, a good rocker. Anthony's vocals are super on that. There's a bit in the middle that I love. The guitars and the bass come together nicely. Then we have Organic Anti-Beatbox Band, second favourite track on here. I love the guitar work on here, and the drumming from Jack is fantastic. This is a really good album. It's got some decent tracks on it, and I think some magnificent work by Flea on that. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 6.8. Okay, coming in at number 10, we have the second album from 1985, Freaky Styley. This one's got Anthony on it on the lead vocals, Hillel on the guitars, Flea on the bass, and Cliff Martinez on drums. Jungle Man kicks this one off. I love this track. I love the guitar work on here from Hillel. Excellent. Brilliant. Hollywood Africa, which is a Meters cover. It's actually a decent cover of this. I love the funky guitar on this from Hillel. It really is. It's a little bit different from the Meteors version, but it's still solid. American Ghost Dance is another favourite track on here. We got some keyboards on here, and it's brilliant. Anthony's vocal is good, and Cliff, the drummer on this, whoa! What a little ripper that is. Then there's another cover. It's a Sly and the Family Stone, If You Want Me to Stay. An interesting interpretation, and I think it's a pretty good one as well. Nevermind, one of the best tracks on the album. It's just got some killer vocals from Anthony. The title track, Freaky Styley, comes next. I do love Cliff's drumming on this. It's quite interesting. Some interesting guitar work from Hillel as well. Favourite track on here is Black Eyed Blonde. It's just that great Flea bass line comes in. It's a rappy sort of rock track, and I like that. The Brothers Cup, the funky sound. There's a little bit of brass in there as well, which adds to it. Battleship, a short little track with some nice bass and guitar on that. Loving and Touching, another short bit. It's just a little bit of bass and Flea. Catholic Schools Rule. This is really, it's a 2-minute track. It's very punk style. It's got a lot of energy, and I really like that track. Sex Rap. Love Cliff's drumming at the beginning. It's very frantic and heavy, and then it just slows down. I like that. In 1 minute 54, it goes from 100 miles an hour down to about 40. Excellent. 30 Dirty Birds, a short little thing. It's a little bit of fun, and it's a nice little rhyme from Anthony. It's only 14 seconds, but it's quite funny. And then you get Yertle the Turtle, so funky. Fantastic vocal from Anthony, and I do love the bass from Flea on that. And so these albums do offer all sorts of tracks, and this has got some crackers. Not as good as the debut, but I think it's got some absolutely brilliant tracks on here. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 9 is the debut album from, it's just called The Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it came out in 1984. Anthony on lead vocals. We've got Jack Sherman on guitar, Flea on bass, and Cliff Martinez on drums. The first track on here is called True Men Don't Kill Coyotes. I love this. That slap bass, pretty good track actually. Baby Appeal, rap with a rock feel. Nah, didn't do too much for me. Buckle Down, some great funky slap bass on that from Flea. Jack Sherman's guitar work is pretty decent on that. Get Up and Jump, love the funky guitar on here from Jack, it's super. Then we do a Hank Williams song, Why Don't You Love Me? Yeah, not very good. Then we have Green Heaven. For my favourite track on here, it's a rocking ripper song. I like that. Mommy, Where's Daddy? Yeah, not that brilliant. Out in LA. It's a bit funky. It's got a nice funk bass on it. Police Helicopter. It's all over the place. 1 minute and 16. You Always Sing the Same. Another waste of 19 seconds. And then we have this little instrumental called Grandpappy de Plenty. I really like this instrumental piece. And there's some really nice drumming on here from Cliff. I do like this album. A lot of people say it's a pretty bad debut album, but that has got some highlights on it, and you could see what was going to happen. But there are some real solid tracks on this, so I am going to give it an RTO ranking of 7.2. Okay, coming in at number 8 is the 10th album, and it came out in 2011. It's called I'm With You, and it's the first to feature guitarist Josh Klingerhofer after John Frusciante left in 2009. So it's Anthony on the guitar, on the lead, Josh on guitars, Flea on the bass, and Chad on the drums. Monarchy of Roses. Yeah. The only thing I like about it is Flea's bass line. It's a bit disco-y. What were they doing? It's not very good. A Factory of Wraith. It's okay. It's got some nice funky flute on it and bass, which works. Brendan's Death Song, my favourite track on here. It's got some nice acoustic work from Josh. Fabulous drumming from Chad. Ethiopia, a really good song. Some lovely drumming again from Chad. And Josh's guitar work is pretty solid as well. And He Wants a Baby, which has got a great Flea bass line on it. And it's okay. Look Around is a very funky rock song. Great vocal from Anthony, just a solid. Adventures of Rain Dance, Maggie. I've always loved this one. Chad's drums and Flea's bass really work well on this. It's so tight. Another great vocal from Anthony. Did I Let You Know? Chad Smith's drumming, brilliant. That chunky little guitar from Josh really works as well. Goodbye Hooray, another solid track. Best vocal on here for Anthony. Happiness Loves Company. A little bit of piano which keeps it a little bit different. It's a bit of a catchy tune. Police Station. Now this is quite commercial for them. It's quite radio friendly. It's alright though. Even You Brutus, second favourite track on here. I do love the bass line from Flea. Some simple piano work on it, just give it that little difference. Meet Me on the Corner, very jazzy, really good. I like that track. Dance, 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 a solid album to end, a solid song to end the album. I mean, the fans gave Josh a bit of a hard time, but I think he did a reasonable job. There's some really good songs on this, so I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.3. So coming in at number 7, we got the 5th album from 1991, Blood Sugar Sex Magik. So playing on here is Anthony Kiedis, John Frusciante, Flea and Chad Smith. First track on here is The Power of Equality. Great punk rocky sort of track, really hard riffs, great bass, and a lovely little guitar bit from John on that. If you have to ask, this is John, Flea and Chad at their best. Absolutely amazing track. Some nice drumming from Chad, and again a fine vocal from Anthony. He just makes it a really good track. Breaking the Girl, in places it sounds like a little bit Led Zeppelin. So, you know, Funky Monks. I love John's guitar work on this. Absolutely brilliant. My favourite track on here is a track called Suck My Kiss. Very similar to Faith No More. Now, Faith No More are in this their sort of funk rock as well. So these two were sort of very similar, and I can see that, you know, there was this going on, and it's a great vocal from Anthony. So I don't know if that's a little bit of dig at Faith No More. I don't know, but I do like the track. I Could Have Lied. Lovely acoustic guitar at the beginning of this from John. It's a pretty solid track. Mellowship Slinky in B major. Interesting track. Great bass line from Flea. Quite like that one. The Righteous and the Wicked. Solid track. You know, the interplay between John and Flea on that is absolutely brilliant. Give It Away. Another great song. The bass line is the best. It's solid. Really grooves that track away. The title track, Blood Sugar Sex Magik, quite heavy for them. It's got a real distorted guitar riff and some great drumming from Chad. Under the Bridge, brilliant song. Didn't like the cover version of All Saints, they ruined it. But there is also a cappella version by the Flying Pickets, which is quite good. But this is solid. I love that track. But it's not my favourite. Naked in the Rain, more classic sounding Red Hot Chili Peppers with Flad and Chi driving the song along. Apache Rose Peacock, brilliant interplay here between John and Flea. They sort of, it's not a contest, but they sort of get wrapped up in each other, and it really adds to it. The Greeting Song, pretty strong riffs from John on that. I like that one. My Lovely Man, great bass line on it. Anthony's fine vocal. Then we have Sir Psycho Sexy, another of my favourite tracks on this. It's a long track and it's got some brilliant guitar work, especially the guitar solo. They're hot, red hot. I love this. It's fast tempo, the drumming's good, and how Chad keeps that tempo going is brilliant. Solid album from the band. I think Chad and Flea are really on fire on this one, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, coming in at number 6, the fourth album from 1989, Mother's Milk. And this is the first album with John Frusciante on it after the death of Hillel Slovak, and also Jack Irons had left, so in come a certain Chad Smith. So this is what I call the start of that classic sounding Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's Anthony, John, Flea and Chad. Although there is a little bit of Hillel guitar on one of the tracks, and Jack Irons on track 9 as well. The first track is Good Time Boys, which it contains a little bit of Bonin in the Boneyard by Fishbone and Try by Thelonious Monster and White Girl by X. I like how they've done this. It's clever, but it's not the brilliant. Then they do another cover, and that's Stevie Wonder's Higher Ground. It's a funky version of it, and it just works. There's some great guitar work on there from John. I don't mind that. We've got Subway to Venus. That's okay. I love the horns on it. It's pretty solid track. Magic Johnson, it's all right. It's got a fast tempo. Chad's drumming is really good on it. Nobody Weird Like Me. It's a great bass line from Flea. solid stuff from John as well, making his debut. Knock Me Down. It's a good little rocker, this is. Solid track. A Taste the Pain, my favourite on here. It's just a wonderful bass line from Flea. Those horns really add to it. Then we got Stone Cold Bush. John's guitar work is pretty cool on this. He's making his mark already, and Flea is on fire. Then Fire, which is the track that features, and of course it's Jimi Hendrix's song, and this features Jack and Hillel on it. It's a great version of it. I do like it. Then we got Pretty Little Ditty. It's an instrumental. It's a little ditty. Punk rock classic. It's 2 minutes of great music. Anthony's vocals are great. How he keeps the tempo is amazing. Then we have Sexy Mexican Maid, which is a solid track. And then Johnny Kick a Hole in the Sky, brilliant track to end the album. Funky bass lines, some great riffs from John. Really good album, you know, got a nice debut for Chad and John. But, you know, the cover of Fire, though, from the with Jack and Hillel on it, is excellent as well. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 7.6. Okay, coming in at number 5, we've got the 11th album from 2016, The Gateway. This is the final album that Josh played on, and so you got Anthony, Josh, Flea, Chad. Additionals on here. We've got Brian Merton on mellotron and Elton John on piano. Yes. The Gateway is the opening track. I love Chad's drumming on this. It's a great big funky Flea bass line on that as well. Dark Necessities, a solid track. I do like Josh's guitar. It's probably the best guitar that he did with the band. We Turn Red, Chad's dominating drums on this makes it a great song. Okay, the vocal from Anthony is just so strong as well. The Longest Wave, bit mellow, some nice guitar work from Josh on that, very nice. Goodbye Angels, I like the arrangement of this. You know, Josh really, you know, it's his last album. He settles in nicely. Sick Love, my favourite track on this, and it's got a bit of Elton John on this. And Elton John and Bernie Taupin had some contributions in the writing. It's a really good track. Go Robot, great slap bass and Flea on this. Usual solid drumming from Chad. Feasting on the Flowers, solid. Love the beat to this. Some great vocals from Anthony on that. Detroit, I love Josh's guitar at this. It's absolutely brilliant. And Chad comes in on the drums and just lays down the foundations of a great track. The Tichocondra, great riffs from Josh on this. Another solid performance, and Chad's drumming is on fire on that one. Encore, mellow track, really nice bass line, solid. It's not funky, but it's a real solid bass line from Flea. Then we have The Hunter, another strong guitar performance from Josh on that. And then The Dreams of Samurai, some super drifts. Now this is a solid album. I think Josh really went into the role on this one better than his first, but then John come back. But you know, this is a nice album for him to go out on, and I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.8. Okay, coming in at number 4, we've got the 8th album from 2002, and it's called By the Way. Anthony, John, Flea, and Chad. Chad's plays tambourine on this, yeah, and of course we've got some trumpet from Flea on this. John plays a bit of mellotron on it as well. So the first track is my favourite track on here, By the Way. Love the guitar on this. John's just wonderful, and I love that little bit in the middle. It's got a super sound on it. Universally Speaking, great song. Just love the arrangement on this. Great vocal from Anthony. In this place, this is the place, sorry, a classic Flea bass line that drives the song along. Dosed, another of my favourites on here. A great vocal from Anthony. And some solid drum work from Mr. Smith. Don't Forget Me. I think this is a track that says why John Frusciante is the best guitarist in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. His guitar work is superb on this. I just love this track, especially under the headphones. The Zephyr Sapphire song. I love the bass on here. Flea's best bit of bass playing on this album. Can't Stop. Chad's drumming just dominates this. Absolutely killer drumming performance on that. I Could Die For You. I love it when they do these slower songs. It's got some very simple guitar, but Anthony's vocals on these slow songs are fabulous. What a song that is. Midnight. Gentle again. I love the harmony singing on this. Lovely. And then we got Throw Away Your Television. I like the start. The bass line is tremendous. And it's got some synthesizer in from John. And it's sort of pretty good. Cabron. I love the tambourine from Chad. It's a silly, but it's great. Lovely guitar solo from John on that. Tear. I just love it when Flea gets on the trumpet. What a trumpet player he is. Absolutely adds something to the track when he plays trumpet. Then Oh Mercury is a quirky little number. Another fantastic vocal from Anthony. It's just something different. Minor Thing. A mellow track. It's got some great work from John on that. Warm Tape. Keyboard work from John on this. It really adds to it. It's lovely. Venice Queen. Another track that's got so much variation. The drum and the bass is perfect. Last track on the album. I think this is a great album because of its diversity in different styles. Some really nice singing from Anthony on this, and some great arrangements. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, we're getting to the top 3. Now these are my favourite albums. Coming in at number 3 from 1995, the 6th album, One Hot Minute. This is John's last one before he left, before he came back. He left because he was got very uncomfortable with their popularity, and he quit mid-tour. Wasn't in a good place. So on here we've got Anthony on lead vocals. Dave Navarro picked up the guitars after John had left. Flea on the bass and Chad on the percussion. So the first track on here is called Warped. This is a great mixture of rock and funk and rap, all wrapped into one. Pretty good. Aeroplane. I love Dave Navarro's guitar work on this. Really good, and a great slap bass from Flea. Deep Kick. Anthony on Fire. I love his vocal on that. My Friends. This one also shows a great voice that Anthony had, and he can turn his voice to anything. Very solid. Coffee Shop. Some fabulous drumming here from Chad. It's got some bongos in there, funky bass flying, and some nice guitar work from Dave. Excellent. P. It's just Flea singing. It's funny. One Big Mob. Another sort of Faith No More style track, and I like it. It's brilliant. Walkabout. Love this track. Funky guitar from Dave. Shows that he can turn his hand to anything. Great bass line from Flea. Tearjerker, my favourite track on here. It's one of my favourites. It's probably my favourite slow track by the band. It's a great vocal from Anthony. Some delicate guitar work. One Hot Minute. Probably Dave's best guitar work on this album. One of my favourites. Falling Into Grace. Bass line from Flea is wonderful. Dave puts a nice little guitar touch on that. Shallow by Game starts off with a classic Flea bass line. Owen's one of the best underrated bass players. I think he's terrific. What a track on that. Transcending, probably the weakest track and probably one of the worst tracks by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've never liked it. Great album, except the last. And what a step in performance by Dave Navarro on this album. He made a great contribution, so I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 8.3. Okay, coming in at number 2, we've got the 7th album from 1999, Californication. So we've got Anthony, Josh, no, we haven't got Josh, we've got John, Flea and Chad. So the first track is Around the World. Love this. Heavy bass line from Flea and John's great little guitar bits on that. Parallel Universe. I love Flea's bass line. Some great guitar work again. It's really fast and furious. Scar Tissue. Great drumming from Chad. Nice guitar from John. Solid track. Other Side, another solid track. Nice little bass line there from Flea. A little bit different. Get on the Top. Some funky guitar on this, both by John and Flea. And then we got Californication. My favourite song by the band. I think it is terrific. It's got so much going on for it. It's got this wonderful bass line from Flea. John's delicate little guitar bits. Probably one of the finest Anthony vocals. And then Chad just putting this lovely sort of rhythm on it. Excellent. Easily. The great solo on here from John. And I love his riffs as well, but it's that guitar solo that really does it for me. Porcelain. It's a chilled song and it's absolutely wonderful. It's so nice. And then we got Emmett Remus, good track, great vocal from Anthony. I think he demands that track. I Like Dirt, brilliant drop. It's very punk rock. I love the drums from Chad. I think the guitar sounds good. It really is a good track. This Velvet Glove, again, it's got a fabulous bass line. I think what I do like about it is the Flea's bass line sort of works around John's guitar work. Saviour, it's got a gentle bass from Flea. You know, he's great at the funky stuff, but when you give him a simple little gentle one, it's super as well. Purple Stone. This is one of them tracks that actually defines funk rock. You know, it's got everything. It's got the heavy riff. It's got the funky bass line. It's got that great vocal you get with funk rock. It really is good. Right on Time. Singing on this from Anthony is fabulous. And the last track, Road Tripping. Bass and acoustic guitar at the beginning is absolutely amazing. Brilliant album from top to bottom. One of their best albums. It's my second favourite album, but one of the best albums that they did. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 8.5. But my number 1 album, and this is their 9th album from 2006, and it's Stadium Arcadium. Anthony, John, Flea and Chad, and the opening, it's split into 2, so side 1 is known as Jupiter, and it opens up with Danny California, my second favourite track on this album. What a riff from John. Grabs you by the horns. That does. A fantastic vocal from Anthony on that. And then Snow, Hey Yo, love the guitar work on this, starting with John's little introvert little bits, followed up with a solid bass line. Charlie, John and Flea are brilliant on this. They sort of get sort of a bit competitive. Whatever you can do, I can do is good. And then Chad sits out the back, just keeping it together. Come on, lads, let's get this through. I mean, it's all done in fun, but I think the drumming just tells you that he keeps it well. The title track, Stadium Arcadium, some lovely guitar work on here from John, some of his best. Hump de Bump, what a groove. It's the bass and the drums that really set this off, and John's guitar keeps putting these little bits in, and Anthony's vocal is just absolutely awesome on that. She's only 18, what a vocal from Anthony. He sort of follows Flea's bass line, how he sings on it. I love how he does that. Slow Cheetah, a great vocal from Anthony. I just love the guitar work on this all round. Excellent track. Torture Me, excellent bass line from Flea. I like how it starts slow and it sort of comes up, and Chad's drum just lifts it. Strip My Mind, a really nice song. It's got probably my favourite guitar solo on this album, and it's got some lovely backing vocals on it as well, especially in Michigan. Love the start of this track. It's got a groovy bass line from Flea, lovely guitar bits, and some great drumming from Chad on that. Warlocks, another fine example of funk rock. Best drumming from Chad on the album. Come On Girl, I love the bass on this. It sounds like it's been sequenced. It's just incredible. It really adds to it. Wet Sand, super song. This is the funky bass and chunky, funky guitar from John. Hey, another of my favourites. I think this has got some of John's great guitar work on that, especially that bit in the middle is absolutely brilliant. And that was the last track on side one. Mars is the second album, sorry, got that wrong, but there we go. It's called Mars, and the first track on there is Desecration Smile. I love the mellotron on here, it really adds to it. Wonderful. Tell Me Baby, it's just one of them sort of funky songs with a solid vocal. Hard to Concentrate, probably my favourite track on this album. It is absolutely brilliant. It's got a combination, the engine room, the bass and the drum really grind it out, and there's some really high notes on the guitar. Really good. 21st Century, love the funk bass line on this. Really good. She Looks at Me, another fine vocal from Anthony on this. Ready Made, another great Flea bass line. Great rock track, love that. If, gentle, it's a dynamic vocal from Anthony. Make You Feel Better, really good song, just solid all the way through. Animal Bar, another fabulous track, simple percussion, strong bass lines, delicate touches on the guitar, really nice. So Much I, bass line on this, top drawer, and it's got a super riff. Storm in a Teacup, great track. The riffs on this are great, heavy, some real heavy drumming from Chad on that. We Believe, signature drumming from Chad on this. It's incredible. He is such underrated at times. A great vocal from Anthony, and it's a great track to the end this album. Now this is a double album, and it's one of those double albums that has got no filler on it. It's probably the best lineup of the band, and they were on fire for this album. It's a very enjoyable album. I've always liked this one, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.6. So there we go. I've really enjoyed this one. As I said, I don't like every track on there, but I do appreciate what they do. Okay, that's all for today. We'll be back tomorrow, and we've got another viewer's pick on the Sophomore Drone, and it's two female artists, one representing America, and that's Laura Nero, and the other Joni Mitchell from Canada. It's going to be a tough one. And then tomorrow we've got Pick a Mix, and it's painting by numbers, and I'm going to be ranking the album covers of studio albums by the one and only Mr. Todd Rundgren. So that will be an interesting one. So have a great day, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow.